when
but they still the good share that people like to join in it.
Right.
See, so even though you have a little, what you might consider a little heavier music, more classic, but it should be something that's popular, so that the people, because obviously the kahal enjoys taking part in the tefillat and singing with the hazan.
Okay. This chart right here on page 568C.
Yes.
What it says there, it says Maqam Rast Ma'ahur. Is that
Mahur?
Is that another Maqam?
Mahur is Rast as a high Rast.
High Rast. Okay.
Just on a higher key.
Okay. But you consider that to be a separate Rast, separate from Rast, right?
Only in the key, but it's in other words.
Because I saw last week for Toledot.
Yes, it was Mahur. Many Hazanim will sing Rast.
Okay.
And many of the parts, even if they're singing Mahur, they have a few here. You have a section here where they have Mahur, because the songs are just higher Rast. But a Hazan will mix if they don't have enough. They don't know enough parts of a pizmon to fit into the tefillah. They'll use one of the Rast. So it's the same. Mahur and Rast is the same maqam, except as I told you, Mahur is higher than the Rast.
Okay. Okay. So then these are just more examples of different.
Because here they have maqam sasgar and ajam.
And what's sasgar?
Sasgar is the same as ajam, just has one little variation, little bit different key from the ajam.
Okay.
And there aren't many. Here, this whole book, you'll find that has in the ajam, it only has 2 songs which are classified as sasgar, and they're right before the maqam ajam.
Okay. So if there are only 2 songs, then the ones that are on the list here, these are probably mostly ajam.
Yes. Yeah. See. Okay. You see here in 163 is sasgar.
Okay.
And then you turn to the page 165, starts in Maqam Ajam. Now that's the extent of the sasgar. But it's very similar. I mean, and Hazan praying Ajam will use one of these here. This Asir Bayokshi. It's a very beautiful song.
Asir Bayokshi? Okay.
Yes. This Asir Bayokshi Matai Ashub Lamuni بهذه حبي بطبع بيام يا العاد كفيت قسكو
And what's that usually set to during the service?
Kaddish.
Kaddish.
Or Kaddish. Maybe also, this will fit also in the Kaddish. Okay. But I like it more in the Kaddish. It's a beautiful Kaddish. Oh, now let's see what I finished. Go back to our Asir you can see Matai. It's a very, very small variation of difference. The ajam ملك رحمن شمرنا وغنى لعام لخيحال وبنسمور عاد عرحا حمدا وبكبون حال شير بحبة رصناعة شيرا مليحة عين كلنا عايز اللوبة عين كلنا عايز اللوبة بيسمع بتدير كلت موشي بت يعقوب اشتام هدونا عم إيمنا بكل رنا لا الجدول بين علم لا الجدول بين علم ورعي وموشيعي بالخول عدان وخول زمان بحسدف احزين وعام يتلي يا لا تبرك طبرهم بأيدان شاءوا لشأل من النيمان كي مشينه يا يريتو دي This Pizmon was composed by Rab Rafael Tabush on the occasion of the marriage of his pupil H Moshe Ashear, who was the Hazzan over here, Ala Shalom, in Brooklyn. And he was the pupil, the favorite pupil of Hacham Rafael Tabush.
Wow.
In the old country.
So Rafael Tabush wrote the words for the Pizmon?
Yes, most probably.
And
he usually composed all of his words.
And the Lachan that comes from?
Lahan, Ya Zaman. It's a song. Ya Zaman. I don't know the Arabic song. I never heard the Arabic song.
No, it's a very beautiful Pizmon.
It's very pretty. It's
Now,
very, very westernized.
Each Pizmon that's in here only has one melody to it?
Yes.
Only one?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. There might be one or two that are used in different variations. Some of the ones that in the Berit Milah, sometimes they say it in Sabah, then sometimes they say it in a different Maqam. It's said but generally, the Pizmon is superimposed on a song that is already popular.
Are there any Pizmonim that you set? That you found an Arabic song?
I myself, no. I have never given time or bothered with it. I've selected melodies for someone, for my brother-in-law, someone they've asked very often. They ask me, "Can you recommend a nice song or a nice melody so that we can want to compose a Pizmon for such and such occasion?" I have suggested, but I myself.
So
have never
who today creates?
There are whoever really wants to take an interest. I mean, we don't have any that are really big. For example, the Hazan El Nadaf has composed 2 or 3 that I know of. This young Albert Cohen has composed several. We have El Beg. He's not here now. I think he lives in California. He has composed quite a few, and so on. But we don't have like we had before in the olden days. H Moshe Ashear, who dedicated his time fully to this. The sole duty. He was a Hazzan, and he could just compose these Pizmonim for the kahal, for the community. We don't have anybody that's dedicated to that now. But we've always referred and used all of the old Pizmonim from many years gone by. I mean, from, I'd say, even over a century, even more. There are some Pizmonim books, Katibat Yad, handwritten, of Pizmonim that are very, very old.
Who has books like that?
Well, I have 1 or 2 maybe, and some of the ones that have, inherited them, gotten them from their parents or previous families.
And the ones that are in this handwritten book are similar to...
Some of them are in this book. They have been copied and put in this book.
Some of the popular ones?
Then obviously if you're not familiar with the song, you know what song it is, and especially if they have not put which song it is taken from. And if you're not familiar with this song, you don't know it. That's why they keep insisting that we do recording of Pizmonim so that we should perpetuate them, because obviously here there must be about, I think, 450 or 500 Pizmonim. Well, I don't know, maybe I'm familiar with a couple of hundred, 200, 300, I'm sure there are, yes. But there are some that I don't know, I've never heard them, so we don't know the melody to them. It's a pity.
Yeah. Yeah, it's such a rich tradition of...
Here, this one I was instrumental in putting it into this book.
And that's 237 each?
Yes, and also the next one, 237I. They are very beautiful songs by Abdul Wahab. They were composed to these words from some composers in Israel, but they were never used here. And once when I came across them in Israel, I recommended that they should include them in the next edition, and they did. Sam Katan, they included them in this.
So do you ever use this in the service?
No, we have not used any these.
Okay.
We have sung them as Pizmon, but we have not adapted them to part of the Tefillah.
Okay. I was wondering what might be useful for me is if maybe we could go through whatever order you think would be good, maybe something like this, and we could sing, you could just give me a quick example, 2 or 3 lines, of how you would sing the Pizmon and then how you would sing the song for the service.
Yeah, well, I just did say Habib for you.
Right. I wonder if we could just do it with a few more. Maybe not in all the one. They list more here. They list the Kaddish twice. They list Yigdal. I mean, we don't need to do those per se, but just the important ones as you.
I did. I gave you the Nishmat in Mahalalach, didn't I?
I don't think we did. I don't think we did that, no. Could you sing Mahalalach? The Pizmon? Okay. Is that page 51?
Is it?
Here, we'll see this Mahalalach v'rov gadlecha.
Yeah, v'rov gadlach.
Is it the v'rov gadlach? Okay, but it says here bakashot.
And they have it in the bakashot.
Okay, so page 51. Is that the right one?
Yeah.
Okay.
تخليد قيس بسوف إن كامحاد يا عارف الله هل القمور عاد لين صوفومي هعيش لبوهانو يذكر تهيل لوت آمنا يومي هعيش لبوهانو يذكر تهيل لوت آمنا ركيعي عربوت مخوف حكيم راكيا حارون تخون نخسفيم ومش توكيكيم عادي خليش هنو نخون يا شير إسرائيل لا منايا خليش هنو نخون يا شير إسرائيل لا This is the part that is used and transferring it to the part of the tefillah.
Okay.
And it's used to be used for both nishmat as well as the kaddish.
Okay. Could you maybe just give me a little sample of nishmat?
نشمت كل حي تيبا ريخ اتشمخا ألاموناي لوكي ويروح كل بسرت فير وتروم زيخ ريخ ملكينو تميد مين هعولم وعاد هعولم أتائي بل عدي خيل لانو ملك وينو مشيع فضيهم أصيل بعضهم رحيم خلعت صرابي سلطان إلا نو ملك عذر سميخ إلا أتا. This was just improvised.
Right. Now when you improvise, I know, as we talked about improvising on the Maqam, but you also pick up some of the melody that you just used too.
Yes, because you're in it, you're in that mood, and you pick it up and so on. As you go along, you change.
Yeah.
Anyways, as you go along,
so you sort of begin that way and then you change.
It has to be smooth. It has to be pleasant to the sound. And it has to fit.
Yeah. Let me see. When you're about to pray, and you're leading, and you think, okay, I know I'm in Maqam Ras, I'm going to sing Nishmat to Machalach, and when you're thinking of that tune, when you're singing Nishmat, are you thinking about the words to this song?
No.
You're just thinking about the melody.
Just the melody itself, and you just think about the words. As a matter of fact, the Hazzan Baqi should be thinking of the words of the tefillah itself and seeing how best the melody fits into the word.
So you just remember the melody, and then
just the melody. And then, of course, don't forget that with practice, it already becomes practice, like a set pattern for you in that particular portion. But again, when you're very familiar with the melody itself, the song itself, the basic song, you just are so strongly entrenched in the melody itself that even oft times you can just impromptu adapt it to something. But
I see.
You have to know it has to fit into the words.
If you were to hear this melody, would you think of it in a reference to the Pizmonim or in reference to how you'd use it for Nishmat?
I would think of it both ways.
Okay.
Because
Do you ever think of it in terms of the Arabic song, if
No.
that's known?
no, because first of all, I don't know I shouldn't say I don't know. These songs are what they call tawashih. Tawashih were used and they were sung by groups, vocal groups, and they're usually sung in order to get the star singer in the mood.
Okay.
And you could improvise a lot in tawashih.
Okay.
It's not just you have a set pattern to it, but you could improvise a lot in it and give variations in it according to your mood and according to the ability of the singer. And but that's what tawashih. Tawashih is joint. It's done jointly and with a group, and it's really planned to get the singer in the group. And let's go.
Now, Tawashi, you said that these songs, you mean a lot of the Arabic songs that these come from are like that?
This
particular one.
This particular one is tawashih. That's why they have it also in the bakashot, where it's very similar to tawashih.
Oh, I
they
see.
do just whatever.
So a lot of the bakashot are like that.
Yes, much of the bakashot.
So the bakashot melodies really come from a different place than the other. The melodies that are used for the bakashot are different than the melodies for the other pizmonim.
Yes.
Because they're mostly tawashi.
Yes, they are. Not mostly tawashi, but they are different. And many of them are compositions of individuals from way back. Just special compositions for bakashot.
So they compose the music and the text?
And then in the bakashot, it's very varied. Then they take parts of songs and they include it in the bakashot as they're singing. In the bakashot, you're free to move anywhere that you want, whichever way, so long as it fits. Again, according to the technique and the ability of the singers. It's very free.
When you decide that you're, Maqam Ras, do you pick like a particular melody that you like to use for Nishmat Chai, or do you always like vary it? I mean, is there ever come?
No, you vary. You try to vary. If you're Hazan Kabua and you're singing, you're praying in one location only, and you say Rust this week, and 3 weeks from now, 4 weeks from now, Rust comes back again and turn. Obviously, you don't want to use the same melodies that you used just a short time ago. You want to give a variety for yourself and as well as for the kahal. So they should have a variety. But
so do members of the congregation at Shari Tzion, for example, the people do they like to have that kind of variety?
Yes, sure.
Yeah.
Sure, they like to have variety. I mean, you find if Hazan sings the same, that's the same one that he said it before, the same one's the same. That's the only one that he knows. And so, sure, they want to look like everywhere else, variety.
Yeah. So the charts that were put together back here,
they're just suggestions.
They're suggestions.
There's others.
And who put these together?
A group got together. One of them was, I think my brother Naftali was involved in this. And Gabriel Shrem, and a few of the Hazanim at the time, they get together and let's give an idea, a plan for a Hazan that wants to come and say, give up an idea. So they put them together.
Do some of the Hazanim have like their own list that they put together themselves?
Many Hazanim, sure. Many Hazanim, when they want to organ, they have a list. That's where we're going to sing this Shabbat and this particular Maqam. They have put a piece of paper. Also to remind them, it brings them to mind. Don't forget, Imat Sabur. You know what I mean by Imat Sabur? The fear of the public of the Sabur counts for something. I mean, no matter how expert you are, when you get up in front of the public, you still have those butterflies. You know what I mean? And you're involved, and don't forget you're praying in front of the Lord. You're making supposedly you're mekavein in the tefillah, and you're going to pray, and you're also going to be concerned with the melodies, and now the part that somebody should fit right into it, and that the people should be pleased with it, and they should join in it, and it should be in the same maqam, and so on. There's a lot to being an expert and a good hazan in our tefillot. And there aren't many. That's why there are not many. There are few. And there are many who are Hazanim, which
Yeah, that's true. In terms of the text that we've used, I mean, I keep talking about these pismonim, like the one that you just sang for me. Is there anything within this text that that you used or someone's used to say that this is good for nishmat or this is good for kaddish, or is it just the melody itself that determines?
The text has nothing to do with it.
The text has nothing to do with it. Okay, I remember last time you were saying that, like for Brit Milah, which I know is a different situation than Shabbat.
I think I understand what you're asking. The only time where text has something to do with it is when we apply a certain maqam to a certain perasha of the week. And the reason, some reasons are given is because there is a pismon which alludes to the anyana de yomah, to subject of that happens to be in a certain maqam. So they pray that they make the tefillah of that Shabbat in that maqam.
Do they?
But this does not apply to every tefillah or every Shabbat.
Right.
There are certain.
Could you give me an example?
Yeah, here. There's in this book.
I mean, maybe something that might be in Rast or refer to a parsha in Rast, or whatever is whatever comes to mind. I mean, something referring to Shemot, Breshit.
For example, well, the best example really is this one in Perashat Lech Lecha.
Okay.
And we have Ata Ahubi.
Oh, I see. That's what that chart is. That's on page 572. Yeah.
Is it? I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yes. What I'm referring to is page 72. Ata Ahubi. That's a song. That's a pismon. That the subject of it applies to Berit Milah.
Okay.
And since this Lech Lecha is, we have the Berit Milah there.
Right.
So on that, and it's Maqam Saba. So on that Shabbat we pray Saba.
So on that Shabbat you would try and use this. This is not a melody.
We could use it or not, but we sing Saba.
Right.
And yes, more often than not, they will use at the Ahubi in some portion.
Okay.
Usually. They'll use it in the Kedusha probably, usually.
Okay. Now, how about for Breshit, these two pismonim?
Bereshit bara Elohim. That's when Adam Arishon was created, right?
Right.
Okay. So here's the pismon.
On page 109?
Yeah, on page 109. Hanun marom melech ozer le'adam b'gbura ozer kenechdo asa lo ezer. Who's this allude to? Adam Arishon.
Right. Kenam Mitzvah.
Yesodo me'esa hayim. Yesaro zach tov me'odem. Untano began mekedem. Gan Eden. לעבוד אלוהי קדם, לשמור דרך עץ החיים. This
it alludes to life, yeah.
Okay, right? So they recommend that this pismon should be sung on Shabbat Bereshit.
Okay.
Okay. Now El Hainora also alludes to the subject in the Parashat Bereshit. So this is not El Hainora. Go to page 403. الحي ونورا أدون كل نغرى لعبدو يا صار آدم لشمور حقوتف بخول عدوتف تامد العدل عولاد سير يا صار آدم again بيوتو لبدو عساك نردو عزر لومي صنعو طاب بيباريخ اوتو لفروت كدموتو سلم ياكر بين بحار رام بين العالم سمخ عم برام يحزنو عم كغدم يتروم يا إلي يا سهير تدير العادة كوريومام يشير شيرة موشي سير النيمام النور غير الكرة لا غير أسكينا. So, yes. Son, we have a beautiful one, and he is doing in my house there. It's all being redecorated. So he's just reporting to me and telling me.
House in
No, in Brooklyn.
Oh, Brooklyn.
Yeah, you were there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that was just temporarily there, and it's being done over. So he can give me a report what's to be done and what's done. Okay.
Okay. About time? Okay. Well, thank you.
All right.
Let me just ask one last question.
Sure.
Okay. These two pizmonim that are associated with Breshit,
Yeah.
where could they be used in the service?
Let me look at them. What page is it?
109 and 4. Oh, you left your pizmonim book there. You can use this one. Just making it the wrong page.
109 and 403. They could be used for Samahim Besetam. Samahim Besetam Sasim Bebom Namosim Bema Refon Tonim Pel Tekabunut Nim Deshmo Samaladerin Naretin Samal Kunto Kushimish
So it is used?
Yes, I've heard it used.
Yeah.
I haven't heard anybody read it.
That's in Maqam Saba, right? But in Maqam Saba, but Parsha Breshit is Ras.
Right, so that's why they will use it.
Okay. How about the other one?
I was going to tell you that from before, that they're not the same Maqam of the parasha that they're using.
So they might just sing it during Shabbat or something like that, or
yeah, what they'll do with this here, they'll just sing the Pizmon. You know, we sing a Pizmon
right
when they take out the Sefer Torah.
Right.
This is when
that they would sing
when they introduce this.
Okay. Okay.
This is what they do.
What about the one on page 109?
And the other one's page 109. Let me see.
Yeah.
Let me look.
And that is
what Maqam is it?
Rust.
And what's the Tefillah is Rust.
Yeah.
That day. What page is it? You say
109.
Which is the Pizman? Hanun?
Let me see. I'll have to look in the back real quick. I don't remember. Let's look in the back real quick. Look in so many different places. Hanun Maroon.
Hanun I'm not familiar. They have to remind me this. Most probably I know it, but they have to just give me the melody.
Okay.
I don't have it right on. Most probably I know it, but I have to go. It just doesn't come to me now. But this is Rust, and I don't know if it fits or not.
Okay. Good. Well, thank you.
Oh. This is Orisei and the Olympus, the complex that we're staying in Hallandale, called the Olympus.
A lot of people go there?